Well, welcome to the Well of Wellbeing. Today at the Well, we are in conversation with Gracia. Hey, Gracia.
Hi, Aiko.
How are you doing today? I'm good. You're looking sunny.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The sun in Glasgow. We praise God.
Fantastic. So we now have this fantastic platform called the Well of Wellbeing, and I just wanted to chat to you about the inception of the Well of Wellbeing. Where did this come from? What is it all about? Where is it going? So first question for you, Gracia. What is the Well of Wellbeing?
Oh, Aiko, thank you so much. The Well of Wellbeing is an idea we've been bouncing around, myself and mostly Pastor Dave, and we are so happy to have you and Sophie on board as well, Aiko. And it's an idea that we've had, but then I think the current situation with the lockdown and COVID-19 has really brought it, I think, to birth, because it had been just an idea, and now we're like, actually, this is the time to bring it to be.
Yeah.
The Well of Wellbeing is a place that we want to believe to be a platform, a place where people can actually come and encounter each other and hear about each other's stories, but also share knowledge, hear knowledge from each other. I would say that symbol of a well is really important for us. Okay. So the first thing is that a well is a place where people come to meet each other, to socialize. And possibly maybe we don't really understand that completely, but in those olden days where actually that was a place where people had to go to because they needed water, they needed to live. So whether you liked it or not, you had to go to the well at some point during the day. And I guess maybe I'm just remembering, having been brought up in Africa, there were times when I would actually go to the village, and it was hard. Honestly, it's one of the hardest it is. And actually, it's not easy to carry water on your head, you know. You do need someone to help you with pulling the water and putting it in the basket. And actually, usually someone will have to help you to put it on your head. Anyway, so that was my next point, Aiko, that the well is a symbol of teamwork. You can't do it on your own. You do it together. It's a community. And the other symbol of a well is that it takes some digging. The well doesn't just appear. So first of all, people need to have faith that there will be water under here, and actually spend time digging, help each other dig. Again, we go back to that community work and teamwork. And as they've persevered, they find something. And what they find is usually life. It's a source of water, source of something which is going to sustain them. So I look at all those symbols being brought together, just made that this is going to be a special place where people can come and find refreshment, encounter each other, and encounter special people, and hopefully also encounter God.
So where do you see this going? How far do you see this going? How different do you see it becoming? What is a vision for the future for the Well of Wellbeing?
I see the Well of Wellbeing, as I was saying, as a place where people are sharing, as a place where people are coming and getting nourished and getting refreshed and inspired. And I find it as a place where everyone finds a little bit of themselves, whether they're coming to bring something, whether they're coming to learn something, whether they're coming to show us what they can do and how good they can do certain things. But again, as I said, I really want us to have this as a life-transforming place. So the story behind this Well of Wellbeing is actually being taken from a story from the Bible about the woman who encountered Jesus at the well. And I think what happened is that it was a life-changing encounter. So the vision for this platform will be for it to stay for as long as, so it shouldn't really totally be linked to specific people and so on, but actually be there so that it can nourish as many people as possible. So I see it moving forward, at the moment, I have to say where we are looking at is mostly well-being, is actually staying well, well-being in body, mind, and spirit. I have to say with some emphasis on mental health well-being. However, it looks at the whole person, because we know that a person is not just our head, it's not just our thoughts, it's also our physical health, is what we are eating, is the people we are encountering, is what we are reading. So that, as long as we are human, I know that it will be ongoing. So my wish for this platform is to be ongoing for as long as possible.
Okay, and what do you think those expressions look like? How can people contribute to this platform?
Well, do you know, there's so many varied ways of contributing to the platform. People can bring stories. Because each and every one of us has such a different story, and those stories change every single day. So people have so many amazing things to share with others. So that would be my first appeal, contribute, bring us what is going on in your life, what you're loving, what you're struggling with, what you're getting victorious in, bring it on. But then we also want people to come to be taught, to be informed, actually. So we want this place to be a place of excellence in terms of what is being brought. Some really good up-to-date information about how to stay well, how to look after ourselves. It can be with the physical part, can be with the mental part, and so on. We want this place to also be a place where people are talking about their talent. So that's great. But then we really want this place to be almost like a window where, for those people who, and there will be a lot of us out there who are feeling quite hopeless at the moment, who are looking for a direction, who are looking for answers. We want it to be a place where they can actually come and see, gosh, this is what is happening. I want some of that. So really, for loads of people to come and be inspired.
Okay, so that's their contribution to the Well of Wellbeing. Gracia, what is your contribution to the Well of Wellbeing? You are a psychiatrist.
Oh dear.
I've never sat down with one of those, so I'm so excited because this is my personal session. I feel like I should lie down or sit or paint. What is a psychiatrist? What do you do exactly?
Oh my God, do you know, actually, being a psychiatrist sometimes can be a conversation stopper. I know the number of times when I've said, I'm a psychiatrist, and everyone just keeps quiet for those who want to, and others just say, oh, bye, nice meeting you, and that's them, conversation over. But actually, a psychiatrist is really a doctor. And a lot of times people, maybe probably because it starts the same way for a psychiatrist, and other words like psychologist, psychotherapist, people never really know. But a psychiatrist would have actually just gone to a medical school after high school, and then the exact same training as all the other doctors. So we do the full medical training. And then when we finish the medical training, we also do the 2 years for really getting to grips with all different types of medicine. And the same way, other people will choose to become GPs, other people choose to become physicians, other surgeons, other people become, I don't know, whatever they want to become. We can choose then to do psychiatry. And we have, in the UK, it's another 6 years of training. They call it junior training, and then higher training, and then one becomes a consultant psychiatrist. So that's the explanation. And I guess the reason for that is because actually a psychiatrist within a team is really the one who primarily makes the diagnosis. So it will be up to the psychiatrist to have examined someone exactly like the way we have our chest examined. They will listen to our chest. They're going to decide where there's some sound and so on. So we do that examination for the head. And then we decide, okay, this is the diagnosis for the person. So you do need to have quite a good knowledge of the physical well-being as well.
Okay. And is that different from a psychologist?
Ooh.
I have to ask. I have to ask. What way?
Okay, all the time. So psychologists, I have a lot of very good friends who are psychologists, very close to me, and it's a little bit of a joke between us, because actually psychologists who will be working in a mental health team also have the title of doctor, but they are doctors because they actually have doctorates, so they are PhD doctors.
Oh.
So a psychologist, and actually, and they're the brightest, yeah? They're usually very, very brainy, because they would have gone to university and gone and done only psychology. So they don't do any medical studies, but they do psychology, get their first degree, probably get a few other degrees, and then get a doctorate.
Oh my goodness, sounds like quite a commitment.
So they are very, very committed. And I would always, a report from a psychologist is always something you want to have. So that's the main difference. So we work together, and in a way, it's almost like a psychiatrist could prescribe psychology. So the same way when someone is seen, they can be given medication, so tablet, but they can also be asked to go and speak to a psychologist, because clinical psychologists will do what we call talking therapies.
Okay.
Some psychiatrists are trained to do that, but actually it's a psychological therapy. So psychologists tend to be the ones who really, in a team, for example, where I work, they will be the ones responsible for delivering that form of therapy.
Okay, fantastic. So people who come to the Well of Wellbeing can expect to draw from you from that area, right? As a psychiatrist, will you be sharing about, your level of expertise on specific subjects? Is that something that you will be specifically writing about and talking about on the channel?
Absolutely. So my role on the Well of Wellbeing would really be to share that level of knowledge, bringing it in an accessible way. We want it to be something that people want to listen to. So I'll be able to talk a little bit in details about how is our body, for example, when we're feeling anxious, when we're depressed, or, even when, our thoughts are so overwhelming that we are seeing things which are not here, and so on. So I'll be able to bring that, but actually even for, whatever knowledge one has, that knowledge is almost useless if you don't have people bringing their own experience. So even as a psychiatrist, really, I will depend on what people are bringing. So if people have questions, for example, about what they're experiencing, that's really what we are looking for.
Got you. Fantastic. All right then, so that's all we have time for today, Gracia. Thank you for introducing the Well of Wellbeing and yourself. And just a key reminder that we are looking for questions for Gracia. If you have any questions regarding, your mental well-being, send them in, and Gracia will definitely answer those questions for you in a relatable way. Thank you for joining us today, Gracia, and thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you in our next episode of the Well of Wellbeing.